After an abrupt ending to the Australian Grand Prix all the way back in March, F1 is finally back once again this week for the Austrian Grand Prix. And of course I'm incredibly excited, as you probably are, to once again see F1 race for the first time in over half a year, which is just crazy to even say. So with the Austrian Grand Prix just around the corner, I've decided to make my own predictions just to look back on after the race and see how wrong I probably was. So anyway, let's begin. First of all, I think this Austrian Grand Prix is just simply going to be a great race with lots of action, just because of how rusty the drivers are, as they haven't driven their 2020 cars since February. Obviously, most of the drivers have driven open wheel cars since then, for example Mercedes testing at Silverstone, Ferrari at Mugello, and the McLaren duo testing Formula 3 cars. But still, for the most part, I think there'll definitely be more drama and action in this race, since none of them have driven a car under racing conditions all the way back since December. Also, fingers crossed, it could potentially rain at the Red Bull Ring on Sunday, which would just be an added bonus to a hopefully already fantastic race. So let's get on to qualifying, and history tells us that Mercedes have been on pole position for all but one Austrian Grand Prix since it was reintroduced into the calendar in 2014. With that in mind, I'm going to go for Lewis Hamilton on pole position for the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix. And I know that might be a bit of a boring prediction, but it's hard to look past Mercedes' qualifying pace at the Red Bull Ring as of late. Coming on to the race, however, and I think it could be a very different story. The Red Bull Ring is mostly reliable for producing great racing, and I think 2020 will be no exception thanks to everything I've said so far. I predict this race will be a chaotic one similar to Germany last year, with at least 4 or more retirements and multiple safety cars during the race. And I think the podium will be as follows. Verstappen wins at the Red Bull Ring once again, Hamilton finishes second, and Albon manages to get his first podium in F1 in third. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but I definitely could see Albon being able to take advantage amid the chaos of the rest of the front runners and be able to take his first career podium. I also think we'll get to see an intense battle between Hamilton and Verstappen for the lead, similar to Verstappen and Leclerc last year in Austria and Verstappen and Hamilton in Hungary last year. Outside of the podium, I'm going to say we'll get another surprise showing from Carlos Sainz coming in P4 with McLaren, with Bottas in P5 and Leclerc in P6. Obviously, this is all just speculation from me at this point, based on no real in-depth analysis whatsoever, so don't take my predictions too seriously, or seriously at all for that matter. For some other more random out there predictions for this race, I'm gonna say that Williams will surprise us all and not finish last, but maybe around P15 or P16. And also, while we're on the topic of Williams, I'm pretty sure this is an unpopular opinion, but I think the Rocket livery looks much better than this new one. I don't know why so many people love this new livery, to be honest. In my opinion, it just looks so much more bland when you put it next to the old one, but anyway, I digress. I also think Ocon will surprise us all on his return to Formula 1, coming around P7 or P8. And finally, I think Russell will absolutely dominate Latifi and be faster than him in all the practice sessions, qualifying and the race. So to summarise my predictions for the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix, it will be Hamilton on pole, and Verstappen will win the race after a hard-fought battle against Hamilton, with him finishing second. Albon will manage to come third, claiming his first F1 podium, and Sainz will once again surprise F1 with a 4th place finish. 5th will be Bottas, and 6th will either be Leclerc or Vettel, as I'm gonna say one of the Ferraris will probably retire during the race. I don't know why I've been so mean to Ferrari, since I am a big Ferrari fan, but I don't know, it's just my gut instinct, and the Red Bull Ring isn't a particularly great track for them. But anyway guys, that's it for this quick video on my predictions for the 2020 Austrian Grand Prix, and I cannot wait to finally see F1 cars racing once again. If you want to tell me your own predictions for the Austrian Grand Prix, as always feel free to leave a comment down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe, comment, share, and I'll see you all next week after the Grand Prix. See ya!